Have you ever wondered where the problems in the world today would exist if we had deeper connection to ourselves, others, and the environment and acted from that place? Welcome to the Conscious Action Podcast with your host, Brian Berneman, who believe that connection is the key to taking conscious action as individuals and creating a better world. We are here to raise awareness and inspire meaningful action by sharing stories, knowledge, and conversations with thought leaders and change makers. From sustainability to well-being and everything related to conscious living, our mission is to empower you to be the change that you want to see in the world. Welcome everyone to a new episode of the Conscious Action Podcast. I am Brian Berneman, your host, and I wanted to explore something that has come up a lot recently with my clients, which is when we are working on ourselves, in our personal development, in our personal growth, should we focus on the future or should we focus on the past? And of course, this is going to be different for everyone in terms of where to place most of the focus. What I keep on, sharing with people is focus on the present. That is where we can actually do something. Because the past is already gone and the future is not yet here. And that is true for every single moment. What we can focus on is the present moment. Now, we can focus on the present moment forward, which is therefore we are focusing on the future. We have a direction of where we are going, or we have an understanding that what's ahead is the future. And at the same time, focusing on the past, not for staying in the past, not for, ruminating in the past or judging the past or being able to allow ourselves to continually be there. This is about understanding that in the past, things happened that we weren't able to process or that we haven't yet learned from. So all of the trauma, I keep on repeating, it is everything that we haven't been able to process in a moment. So every single thing that happened in the past, we are carrying with ourselves, whether that was our past or other people's past or the collective past. It doesn't matter. Things happened and we are carrying that. We have internalized certain things and we are having a lot of different mechanisms of survival and behaviors and actions that are unconscious based on that. So for me to focus on the present moving forward, I focus as well on healing what happened in the past with the focus of I am healing the past now. I'm not going back. I am focusing on what I'm carrying from the past that I haven't been able to process or I haven't been able to learn or unlearn from. And therefore, I am focusing on the present moment forward by working with what came before, by working with what I'm carrying, by working with that 100-kilo backpack that I'm carrying with me, even though I don't even notice that I'm carrying that. So this is not an easy say when a lot of my clients ask me about that. Should I focus on the future? Should I focus on the past? This is a holistic perspective of we're working here with time and outside of time as well. We're working with understanding the only thing that ever exists is the present moment. Therefore, on one hand, we are never focusing on the future and we are never focusing on the past. We're always focusing on the present moment now. And as I've been saying, when we focus on the present moment now and we unlearn or unpack or are able to dissolve some of these rocks that we have been carrying, then we are actually creating a change for the future. As I change my present moment, as I change my relationship with what happened before in the past, I am changing my future. If I don't do anything to change, my future is mostly quite easy to predict. Because as we have a tendency to be creatures of habits, if we don't actively change, there's a big likelihood for things to remain quite similar. If I am doing something to change, I am changing the trajectory of my future. I am creating a different version of myself in the future, of all of the possibilities that are out there in the future based on every single micro decision that I make. So, all of this, let's call it multiverse or multiple perspectives or multiple paths that we can go or multiple versions of ourselves, that there are billions and trillions. The one that I'm living and experiencing is the one that is based on what I'm doing now in the present moment, based on what came before. So, this is really important to understand our relationship with time, our focus. Are we, worrying about the past all of the time? Are we anxious about the future? Are we never here in this present moment? Or are we able to be here with enough awareness to understand how am I relating with myself at this moment, with my whole being, and with a potential future, and with my past. So again, this is a really important reminder for all of us that the present moment is all there is. Every single moment, the present moment is the only thing that exists, nothing else. And we are focusing on healing the past and creating the future when we are focusing on this present moment. This is why I often recommend to all of my clients to work with reconnecting with their selves, with their being, with their bodies, because we have a tendency to live too much in our minds. That's how we've been conditioned. When we are able to reconnect with our bodies, and I know this was true for me, we are able to connect in a different way with this present moment. We're able to notice more where there's some tightness, where there's some blockages, where things are not flowing. So therefore, we can do something about that. Embodiment practices, movement practices. This is why I do so much somatic healing practices, using the body to release the things that we're carrying, to allow more flow so that we are actually able to live our present moment with more relaxation and more presence. Meditation, mindfulness practices, whether they are based on a certain tradition or perspective or not, whether they are just being conscious of the breath or being able to be so focused when we are at work, when we are with someone else, when we are playing sports and we are in the zone. It doesn't matter how we are doing that. Being present is the key for that. Developing greater awareness of this present moment through this amazing vehicle that we have that is full, all of it, the mind and the body, the heart and the brain, every single part, every single organ, every single aspect of ourselves, every single energy center, all of the pathways that we have internally, all of that, when we're able to connect more with all of our parts of our being, even that which is not tangible, the energy body, when we're able to work with all of that, we're able to tap more and more into this present moment, so then we can choose. That is a big part of how we actually engage with life, and we allow the flow of life as we allow ourselves to be present and open to the co-creation and the unfolding of life based on everything that is happening within us and outside of us. So a lot of the environments that we're in, the people that we surround ourselves, has partly to do with how we are. So the more that we engage in this present moment and we focus on unlearning the things that we've been carrying from the past and creating the future or co-creating the future, the better and more present that our life is going to be, and more meaningful perhaps, more beautiful perhaps. So focusing more on the present. working with what we are carrying from the past and co-creating what's coming in the future. That is the key for everyone that keeps on asking me about this. So we can focus on the past, we can focus on the future. There's nothing wrong with that. Focusing more on the present, bringing ourselves back home to this moment. That is key. I would love to know, as always, what's your relationship with this? Where do you focus when you are actually working on yourself, in your personal growth, in your personal development? Where do you focus? Do you focus on the past? Do you focus on the future? Do you focus on the present moment? How do you do this? As always, comment whatever it is that you're finding in this episode. Share your experiences. Perhaps someone else will learn or realize something based on your experience. So please comment, share, like this, share it with others. And as always, thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye.
What did you like the most about this episode? Take a moment to think about what change you can make in your life today.
Share your conscious action on social media using #ConsciousAction and tagging @ConsciousActionNZ so we can celebrate your impact on the world and create a ripple effect.
One easy action we would love for you to take right now is to share, like, and subscribe to this podcast. This will help us get these messages out into the world and inspire more people to take conscious action in their own lives, contributing to the better world we hope for.